Hello guys, this is Godsent of Sent Farms, and today I want to actually share with you what meat rabbit is and what breeder stock is, the difference between a meat rabbit and breeder stock. And also we're going to be making a price comparison, and I'm going to be telling you why you can have the same rabbit for meat and you can have that same rabbit for as a breeder stock, but varying prices. uh while we're doing that, let me take this time to just feed my rabbits. And as you can see, we're not having dry lands. If you're following this channel, you know the reason why I am putting on the rainbows. This whole place were flooded, but thank God we're making progress. The dry seasons is gradually crawling in. So let's get right into it. Now, obviously, the difference between a meat rabbit and a breeder stock is varying, especially in prices, and there's a reason to that effect. Now, before I continue, if this is your first time of branching this channel, here in this channel we talk about rabbit breeding, quail breeding, pigeon, chicken, livestock in general. We teach you how you can farm your food from the backyard, balcony, your garage, so you can eat healthy. And if it's what you find interesting, take a step and subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notification bell, and you get notified each time we drop a new content, so you can learn and grow with Sent Farms. So back to what I was saying. A meat rabbit is a rabbit that is marked or slated for meat purpose, to serve meat purpose. That can be as a result of a different as a result of different challenges or different criteria. Yeah, and one of the criteria why a rabbit will meet one of the criteria why a rabbit will fall under meat rabbits is because probably that farmer strictly farms rabbits for meat production. Yeah, then you're going to be seeing his stock are going to be having a maximum weight at a very short period of time, and with a minimum feed input. So those kind of rabbits are meant to serve that purpose of meat production. And secondly, if it's a farmer who is into both meat production and pet production, and also farming rabbits for the hides, the skin, the urine, that is the manure now, you're going to be seeing such a farmer is going to be categorizing his stock. By the time his breeder stock gives birth or kindles, and he's having lots and lots of kids in the farm, probably by the ages of 5 weeks or 6 weeks or thereabout, he should have been able to be able to determine which of the kids are going to be raised for meat, and the ones that are going to be raised to be sold to other farmers or other prospective buyers as breeder stock to stock their own farm. So the second criteria is going to be using is probably that rabbit or that kid is the runt of the litter. That is, when I'm talking about the runts, I mean the smallest of the litters. Though occasionally the runt of a litter usually turns out to be big. You get they usually turns out to catch up in size later on in the future, but no farmer would want to waste that amount of time and feed on that particular rabbit, especially if you if you want to be getting your returns within a short period of time. So runs of a litter is one of the criteria to select uh, to breed a rabbit for meat purpose. Now, the third criteria that one want to consider to breed a rabbit for meat purpose is going to be probably if that particular rabbit has health challenges, maybe genetic defects. Examples are going to be malocclusion, which we've talked about in this channel. Malocclusion is simply a rabbit that is having an overgrown teeth. That is what malocclusion means in rabbit farming. A rabbit that is suffering from an overgrown teeth. Sometimes that defect usually shows itself within the early stages of the kit. In that way, it's very okay, because you just categorize that particular kit to be bred for meat production or to be sold as meat rabbit, because it's not suitable to be bred as breeder stock. Because of that defect, is going to be transmitting, or is going to be transmitting that gene into future generations. So it's not advisable to breed such rabbits. And another genetic defect that might occur that will warrant a breeder to breed a rabbit for meat production might be maybe blindness or cataract or eye defects that will arise, that will show up in that particular kit. So when you notice those defects, reputable farmers really do not sell those rabbits for breeding stock. They keep them aside and breed them for meat production. Alternatively, they just call it out of their farm. But some might just leave them and breed them for meat production. And then there are other defects that might arise which might not be genetically related. For example, when you have an incident where the mother steps on the kit and probably caused the kit a fracture on the leg or on the arm while the kit was small. So the kit is going to be growing with that defect, is going to survive it, is going to manage it, depending on you, the farmer, as well, the amount of care that you're going to be giving to that rabbit. That kit will grow well, will survive that defect, but is not going to be suitable to be sold as breeder stock. Hence, it's going to be sold as a meat rabbit. And now, coming to you, the prospective buyer who wants to buy a meat rabbit, I really advise, first thing you want to do is to look for a reputable breeder who will tell you the characteristics of a particular rabbit, who will tell you the truth about the lineage of that rabbit, who will tell you the possible defects that you should be looking out for, or the possible characteristics that you'll be looking out for from that particular rabbit, what you'll be expecting in the future life of that rabbit. Now, after that, then you want to take a physical inspection of that particular rabbit that you want to buy for a breeding stock. Now, okay, let's take for example, now you come to Send Farms and you say you want to buy particular rabbits, you want to buy for breeding purpose, you want to go and stock your farm. I already know the characteristics of my rabbits. I have categorized them, though I rarely have meat rabbits. Yeah, let me chip this in. The other reason why rabbits can be sold for meat production, for meat, is going to be the fact that probably that rabbit as an adult is already a spent rabbit. What do I mean by spent rabbit? That rabbit has lived most of his life. The prime ages are over for that rabbit. The production rate for that rabbit, either a buck or a doe, the production rate has actually declined over the years. So a breeder might just decide to, okay, I really don't need to be wasting more resources on that particular adult rabbit. So he can decide to sell it off for meat purposes. Now, if you're a buyer, if you're a crooked buyer, or you think you're smart, you fall into the hands of a crooked seller as well, and you think you're getting a cheap rabbit. I tell you, you're going to be faced with some of these challenges that I have just mentioned. Either that rabbit as an adult is spent, no longer have uh, much fire in the engine, no more productive, or that particular kit is having a defect that you might not be seeing at the moment. Some of those genetic defects actually comes with inbreeding, and that is a major challenge we face in the rabbit industry from those from some breeders. Yes, they really don't care. They just after the money. They practice whatsoever they like. Inbreeding is one of them, and they sell you rabbits that is going to be giving you challenges in the future. Now, you really do not, as a buyer, you really do not need to consider that much about the price. If you're meeting a reputable breeder, if you're meeting a reputable breeder to collect your breeding stock, it's probably going to be expensive. Also, depending on the region that you are in, and also the cost of feeds or cost of whatever is using to feed his rabbits in that particular region will play a major role in determining the cost of that rabbit. Okay, now let's talk about the price variation of a meat rabbit and a breeder stock, a rabbit that is meant for breeding. Now, a rabbit that is meant for breeding, talking about the price comparison now, a rabbit that is meant for breeding is going to be selling way higher than a rabbit that is meant for meat purpose. I've had so many cases where persons will come to me and say they want to buy a rabbit. After giving them price, well, of course, I trust the stock I have and I know what I feed my rabbits with. After doing my computation, they tell me your rabbit is too expensive, and they go ahead to buy adult probably for the same price of what I sell my winners. And they come back to me, I was like, look at what I got, but I've been feeding these rabbits for a very long time now and it's not growing. Or you're facing one challenge or the other. I'm not trying to mock anybody, but that's just a bitter lesson for them. And you that is listening to me now, you really do not need to go through that experience. That is why I'm bringing you this video, to enlighten you and tell you why the prices are varying, prices of a breeder stock and a meat rabbit, why they are varying. But so many breeders will not tell you this. They are just all about selling off. They are just all about the money. But Scent Farms is not. Scent Farms is here to build a reputation, and we're not ready to throw away that we've built over the years. So either you're patronizing me or you're patronizing someone else. So these are some of the things you want to look out for. These are some of the languages that you want to be looking out for. Ask questions about that particular rabbit, the doe, the buck, if they are related. That is how you're going to know if you're going to be facing challenges of inbreeding and all that. So like here in Scent Farms now, a meat rabbit can go between, depending on the weight and the age as well. We sell a meat rabbit here between the ranges of 5,000 to 9,000 naira, depending on the weight and the age, like I just said. But a breeder stock for my winners, I said my winners are 5,000 naira. Winners of 8 weeks old and above. I sell them for 5,000 and with a discount price of 4,000 if that is if you're getting three or more. I give for 4,000 and trust me, you're getting a good stock if I'm selling to you at that price. And I've actually had cases where I sold rabbits to individuals, and when they call me that the rabbit is actually having defect, that was not intentional. It was basically because I did not get to see that defect on time. The defect did not show up here in the farm. So what I do in such a case is I do a free replacement for those winners. Especially, yeah, I've had cases with winners. I think I've had two cases with winners. Malocclusion, to be specific, overgrown teeth. They actually show up on time, and I'm trying to figure out the buck that is causing that problem here in the farm. And once I figure that buck out, I'm calling that buck out of the farm, because I don't want a repetition of such defects in my farm. It's not really good for my reputation, you know. Yeah, I'm sure so many of you are wondering, and some persons have actually asked if uh Isla is the only rabbit I keep. I used to keep multiple rabbits. I used to keep chinchilla, angora, and the harlequin and the palominos. I used to have them here in the farm. What you're seeing here is more like a buyback of a kit of one of my harlequin that I sold to someone. So I just decided to get a kit from that bulk. That's why you're seeing this harlequin here. I really like the color, so I'm just gonna keep that guy for a for pet purpose here in the farm, and for showcasing. And then so that's about it when it comes to meat rabbits and breeder stock. So you've heard it from Scent Farms, and the choice is now yours to weigh the option. You want to go cheap, you want to buy cheap and later have challenges, health challenges that you're going to be managing, or probably you might not have control over in your farm, or you're going to be buying either expensive and you're getting the best result in your farm. So the choice is yours to make. And I'm not saying my rabbit is the best, but there are other big farmers out there, reputable farmers out there, that will sell to you a good deal, but at a cost, you know. So the choice is yours, the buyer. Make your decisions and know what you want. Go for what you want. That's going to be it on this episode here at Scent Farms. Again, if it's your first time, do well to subscribe to this channel. We'll bring you videos on how you can farm your food, healthy food, how you can raise your rabbits, either for meat or for pets, how you can raise your quails, your chicken, your pigeons, and livestock in general. Do well to ask us any question, either in the comment section or direct message on WhatsApp, and we'll do well to answer you. I'll see you guys in the next video. From me, Godsent of Scent Farms. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.